Good morning, children. You'll be very happy to see me, right? I don't know how far you all are happy, but this is the first time I'm coming to your class as your English teacher, and I'll be teaching you English from today, this time onwards. This is our English class, and we're going to discuss about what we have learned previously first. I want you all to cooperate with me in learning all the things that we are going to say in English. Okay, I hope you all will cooperate with me and come along with me in learning all this. If any doubt or if you feel anything hard, you can personally ask me, and I'll be clearing your doubts, and I'll make you to study easily. Okay, so previously what we learned in the English subject, do you all remember what is all about? Okay, the first lesson is about a donkey. So that donkey name is Darky, and the donkey was sold out by a master to an next person, and there the man who bought the donkey, he treated the donkey and it was not handled properly. It suffered a lot. So that is the story we learned from that lesson, and the lesson we got from that lesson is that we have to treat the animals in a kind way. Okay, not like we should not harm them. We have to treat them in a kind way. So that is the thing that we learn in the first lesson. So the next one is the poem. I hope you have read all the lines of the poem and might have known what is all about. There is a girl who elaborates more about the outdoors things. Outdoor things means she says what do we say outwardly? We see the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars. So she describes her in the things that she saw in the outside things. Okay. So now we are going to the next new lesson, and the lesson is about skipping shoes. And the lesson is about the skipping shoes. And these are the characters we are going to see in this skipping shoes. We are going to see a girl named Kitty, father, mother, and she come along with a friend. His name is Willie, and a cricket. You might think cricket is, what is that? It is an insect, and it is like we call it as a grasshopper. And these are the places she's going to be. She is in the house, and she goes to the post office, school, and the park. And these are the things that we are going to see in the lesson. Okay, before we go into the lesson, I want to ask you a question. How many of you are selfish? You know what is selfish? Selfish means we want to have all the things for us. We don't want to give anything to others. That is selfish. I have come across some children from the childhood. What they do? Whatever the parents buy for them, they used to have the habit of having to themselves only. Not even they doesn't want to share anything to the others. Or else, if the parents ask them to give also, they won't give. They'll feel very bad, and they grumble. Grumble means like I can't, I don't want to give, I can't go. So if a parents they doesn't want to obey. So these are the things that is being selfish. They want to be as they are. They doesn't want to listen what the parents or the friends they say. So here is a girl named Kitty. Okay, what's the name of that girl? That girl's name is Kitty. How many of you like to help others? Most of the children, they like to help, but some are there. They doesn't want to help anyone, isn't it? And they feel very bad. If they ask something to help them, oh, I don't want to help. Have you seen people helping others? Okay, whenever we try to help others, we always get a feeling of happiness. We get the feeling of happiness. Like when we, for example, if you see a beggar in the street, what do? We give something to, we give whatever we have, we try to give something to them, okay? Can you see the smile in their face? Yes, they always smile. And sometimes they'll say vanakkam like that, you know, they keep their hands like this, and they'll say like this. Some of them, they say thank you like that. So these are the words we use when we help others. These are the words. So when they say thank you, really we all will feel a very good feelings in our heart. So like that, this Kitty, she is a selfish girl and very naughty too, like some of us. Okay, now we are going to see how this Kitty turned into a kind girl. Okay. Okay, our lesson is skipping shoes. Okay, here there is a girl named Kitty who did not want to do what people asked her to do. Instead, what she'll do? She used to grumble, saying, I won't and I can't. One day, she was given a pair of shiny new shoes. Okay, so she put the shoes on her leg and she started to run here and there. So her mother called her one day, and when she wore the shoe, her mother called her and told her to go and make a pie for the dinner. She asked Kitty, run and tell they have a cook on her. They had a cook in her house. So the mother told Kitty to go and tell the cook to make a pie for dinner. And then she what is her habit? Whatever anybody tells to her, she will tell, no, I don't want, I can't. So this time also, I don't want to go and tell her. But as soon as, at once when she uttered that word, I don't want, what did she do? No, the shoes gave one jump and swept her downstairs into the kitchen. So I think you will imagine, when she was wearing that shoes, that magic shoes, and when she wants to utter the word, I don't want, the shoe automatically what it did? It made her to jump straight into the kitchen, and she has when she went inside the kitchen, she has to tell the cook to make a pie. So she was very amazed, and she was thinking, hey, what happened like that? So just then after this incident, her father called her, Kitty, go to the post office before you go to school and get me the letters. Then again, what's the habit of Kitty? She always tell, I can't. Now also she started telling to her father, I can't. But what did the shoe did, you know? The shoe briskly down to the street. It pushed her into the street and she started running into the post office, okay? And now Kitty, she herself, she doesn't want to do. But what the magic of the shoe did? The shoe took her fastly to the post office to get the letter. Soon she came to the bridge where she wanted to stop and watch a boat, forgetting the school and her father's letter. But the shoes went on walking, although Kitty held on to the railing as hard as she could. Finally, she gave up and found herself walking swiftly to home. Actually, she doesn't want to go to school. She forgot about the letters, what the father did, and now what she did? She was thinking that I have to go to the bridge and watch over the waters there. But what did the shoe do? The shoe swiftly made her to go straight into the home. Back home, Kitty found that she's as hard as tired, and the shoes just wouldn't come off. Her shoes did not come out from her leg. And now she went to the school. She started going to school. Now the break time. She got a break time, and then a girl knocked down the house and made her angry. And now lick your door. She got angry with the girl who came and knocked the door. And now also, the children, most of the friends, they don't like Kitty because she always used to grumble, right? So here also, this time also, the children started grumbling at her. So now the food went down and the Kitty understood how the shoes were. They are cooperative and she was kind and good. But she was also a naughty girl, isn't it? So all the friends, when they saw her doing all this good kind thing, they were all shocked to hear, shocked to see how Kitty was. And now, again she wants to go to the park. And there she goes. In the park, she saw a cricket. A cricket is like an insect and it is a grasshopper. And now she wants to see, she was just sitting there and watching what's all going on there. Okay, the magic will stay till sunset and the fun will be over. Because of the shoes, you can understand me and also the squirrels, frogs and the butterflies. And now she had some conversation with the insects in the fairyland. And on the day, when the day is going to end, her shoes became normal. So this is a story, and the lesson we learned in this story is she remembered the pretty steps and they often thought of interesting creatures in the fairyland. So whenever she was allowed to play with them, she hurried quickly, and if she still wore the magic shoes. So what the lesson she learned is she learned to be kind with everyone. Okay. Children, do you know what is a sentence? Okay, words that makes a complete sentence is called a sentence. So when we make a sentence, we name some person or a thing and say something about that person or a thing. Okay, in other words, we must have a subject to speak about and say about it. That is, or a predicate, something about that subject. Okay, every sentence has two parts, a subject and a predicate. First, we'll see what is a subject. A subject of a sentence tells about the person, place, animal or thing we are speaking about. நம்ம எதை பத்தி பேசுறோமோ, மெயினா நம்ம எதை பத்தி பேசுறோமோ, that is called as subject. Okay ma? Next is predicate. The predicate tells us something about the subject. அந்த subject என்ன? மெயினா யாரையாவது ஒரு subject பத்தி நம்ம பேசுறோம்ல, ஒரு personையோ, placeயோ, thing பத்தி பேசுறோம்ல, அது ரிலேட்டடா அதை பத்தி நம்ம பேசுறதுதான் that is called as predicate. For example, Kitty had a pair of shiny new shoes. Kitty யாரு? Kitty is a subject. அவங்க தான் மெயின். கிட்டியை பத்தி நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்? அவங்க கிட்டிக்கு ஒரு pair of shining shoes இருந்துன்னு சொல்றோம். That is called a predicate. So now you know what is subject and now you know what is predicate. ரெண்டையும் டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு. சப்ஜெக்ட் என்ன, predicate என்னன்னு நல்ல ஞாபகத்துல வச்சுக்கோ. எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்ணும்போது நீ கரெக்டா பண்ணணும். Okay, now I hope you understood what is subject and a predicate, children. In a sentence they have two parts, the subject and predicate. So start reading the lesson and I hope you will be able to learn these antonyms and the synonyms that I'm going to give you in the classwork. Hope you'll write neatly and send me, and also do the exercises that we are going to give you in the book. Thank you, children. Okay, children, this is the hard words to learn. I'll read the hard words so that it will be easy for you. Okay, the first one is complained. Number 2 is walking. Number 3, quickly. Number 4, suddenly. Number 5, delicate. 6 is rushed. 7 is speedily. Number 8 is especially. Number 9, fetching. Number 10 is danced. I want you all to learn all these hard words, children. And then next we'll go to synonyms. The number 1 is grumbled. The meaning is complained. Number 2, trotting briskly. That is walking quickly. Then third one is airy bounds, light and delicate steps. Number 4 is swept away. Meaning is rushed off speedily. Number 5, waltzed. That is danced. Number 6, like a flash. Its meaning is suddenly. Okay, the next, the antonyms. Number 1 is horrid, and the opposite of horrid is pleasant. Number 2, curious. Opposite of curious is ordinary. Number 3, brisk, and it is slow. Number 4, stubborn. Its opposite word is complained. Number 5 is charm. The opposite of charm is unlucky. Number 6 is wind, and the opposite of wind is calm down. So these are the things. It is hard to spell, but children, as I have read you, you can watch over the thing and then learn all this. Okay, thank you.